What kind of pain? How's your bioelectric level? It's a lot like an electric razor. If you leave it plugged in all the time, the battery loses its 0 point. Just watch your levels. Let me know how it goes. I don't think it will be long before VersaLife steps up production of the vaccine. Whatever his politics, I'm still going to miss your brother. Tell him that if you see him. If there's a conspiracy, it's at VersaLife. They're the ones making money off the plague. Looks like the cleaner bots were busy while I was gone. Busy day, but as you can see, I got to everyone. I can finally start on some paperwork. As usual, take what you need. I did my best. You're looking good. Everybody except you. You look terrible. Well, let me know if I can help. As usual, take what you need from the med center. More than a few. I think you better take an extra med kit. They just dropped off a few liters of the ambrosia you recovered, by the way. Well, no one on staff's gonna catch gray death this month. Whatever you say. They just dropped off a few liters of the ambrosia you recovered, by the way. So it's true. He went over to the NSF. What did Manderley say? Oh, you better get to his office. He's not going to like that one bit. I'm surprised he didn't fire you on the spot. Good. Maybe you'll find out what got into Paul. What? You? Work for the NSF? Did he really expect you to believe that UNATCO's part of some global conspiracy? Sure. No problem. Why don't you stop by the med center when you're ready? You can take the ones I left on the counter. Then report to Manderley. He told me to send you back to him on the double. A real piece of work. Maybe you should compare notes before the operation. You never know. She might go easier on you. Have you met your partner yet, Anna Navarra? I think she and Gunther are upstairs in the break room. Clean the place out. It's not my clinic anymore. That's a pretty significant upgrade. It will either protect against energy attacks or enable rapid self-repair of your tissues. We're under a lockdown. You'll need to find a key to the front doors. I'll catch a plane in the morning. I'll keep my eyes open. JC, you escaped? Is that what lockdown's about? I heard they killed Paul. Manderley's a snake. He told me they were going to leave your brother alone. What can I do to help? I was hoping you'd let me tag along. Tom. I can remember that. I will. By the way, the lab finally sent the augmentation canister I ordered. Yeah, it was going to be a welcome aboard present. Good idea. I can keep you informed. Report to Manderley. He told me to send you back to him on the double. The canisters contain a colloid of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems. Not yet, but remember, if you find one of these canisters that you need a medbot for installation. Maybe you did. My order from VersaLife was on the ship the NSF captured. You'll need to take it to one of the medbots for installation. Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard. Yeah, well, the design's pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters. No problem. Listen, JC, about your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right? They actually let you point a gun at people. Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor. Hey, JC, I wouldn't keep Manderley waiting if I were you. His office is on level 2. Carter's out the door and around the corner. He's got your stealth pistol. I think they're waiting for you at the dock, JC. I think there's a medkit in the storage closet. You better head out. Regarding your systems, I am your physician. This might sound a little funny, JC, but I'm not permitted to answer that question. The info link? Let's see. Micro-receiver exostructure in the sulci, mechanocarbon threads on the axons. For queuing, you know, packet routing. Anything particularly interest you? A deployment of UNATCO troopers is the central component of all UN peacekeeping occupations. This Page Industries walking turret, marketed to governments worldwide, is the workhorse of most national military forces. Due to the heavy armor, they take little damage from ordinary bullets. If you come up against a bot, you should use an EMP grenade, scrambler grenade, or some kind of explosive. At the sound of your voice, 400 milliamps will discharge into Gunther's midbrain. Poof! I wasn't the only one who got purged. Carter's gone also. Questionable loyalty. Can you believe that? Carter! I think Simons was afraid he knew too much. All of the older guys would let go. Anyone with non-UNATCO experience. Carter told me he was going to contact Gary Savage of the X-51 researchers. I don't know how they know each other, but Carter said, Savage is right. It's time to do something about Area 51. You know Carter, taciturn as ever. Who knows what he was talking about? I'm going to stay here until the soldiers calm down. I saw Gunther leave the club a few hours ago. I heard he was asking about you. Be careful, JC. Thought you could run off for a weekend in Paris without me, huh? Yes, but I didn't trust anyone else to deliver this warning. Not even Alex or Tong. They intercepted a message Alex sent to my home account. Instructions on how to find him in Hong Kong. I destroyed my key store. Tong is safe. But they've been tracking you with an AI program. They've sent Gunther to assassinate you in Paris. However, you don't have to fight Gunther or any other mechanically augmented agent. UNATCO never trusted its augmented agents. Any mech can be stopped in his tracks with a secret kill phrase. Gunther's is La Putin machine. Dug that out of the medical records before I left. Don't mention it. Yeah? How do you know about kill phrases? That's thrown 6G information. Well, here's some GOG clearance information for you. Dug it out of classified medical records before I left. Gunther's kill phrase is La Putin machine.
Careful around this TNT. You can pick up the boxes and move them around, but crouch to set them down. I don't want to have to reattach your arms. An inexpensive security bot. A favorite of third world countries and corporate security divisions. Not so mobile, but don't be fooled. We've lost plenty of agents to its well-armored assault gun. Like other bots, it's difficult to damage with ordinary bullets.
That's probably it right there. Free radicals. You should charge your systems only when they've been significantly drained.
We get some complaints about this swimming obstacle because the water's contaminated. Recruits forget to grab the hazmat suit and end up in my office. Not pretty. Or they forget that they have to put the suit on by selecting it and pressing the left mouse button. Remember that the hazmat is disposable. You can wear it only once, and it operates only for a fixed duration. Use the ramp on the other side of the pool to climb out. I figured you'd be sick of drills by now. Hopefully our training exercises will be more interesting than what they've had you doing at the academy.
Gunther went berserk after you escaped. Smashed up the cell block pretty bad. I had to sedate him. I would have snagged an augmentation canister from UNATCO, but I didn't want to push my luck. And to think, I interviewed at VersaLife. I could have had a job in one of those labs. I'm going to stay in Hong Kong until this all blows over. I've had my excitement for the year. Thanks for getting me out of UNATCO. And just in time, I hear Simon's had me on his blacklist. I slipped out right after your escape. Security was a shambles, so I brought you a little something from the supply closet. It was worth it, trust me. They gave me a funny-looking customs, but I managed to bring over an augmentation upgrade canister. I just told them that I do business with VersaLife. VersaLife seems to be a magic word in Hong Kong. Take the upgrade. I'm just glad I can help.
You're not a mech, but you're enough of a machine to need repair bots now and then. If you used up some bioelectric energy getting through the dark area, for example, this contraption can charge you back up. The Coalition's new nano-augmented agents are nearly indistinguishable from the general population, except that you and your brother don't know how to smile, even for a picture. Congratulations, you completed Phase 1. Move over the ramp into the next rooms to begin learning movement skills. We'll be watching you through the cameras, like the one you can see up in the corner. In the field, remember that terrorists sometimes use cameras like this in their security grids to set off alarms and alert guards to your location. The NSF, the biggest terrorist threat in the U.S. This national militia group thinks it is fighting the Second American Revolution. Use the disposable multi-tools on the table to hack the keypad up ahead. A multi-tool's resources are finite. When a tool is depleted, it becomes useless. The manual describes other uses for the multi-tool. At higher skill levels, you'll need less time and multi-tool resources to hack a given device. These medical bots, normally used for quick healing, are of particular interest to you, JC, because you need a bot's help to install new augmentations. If you took any damage during the swim, now's a good time to get patched up. This is the old augmentation technology, hopefully about to be phased out. Notice the reliance on electronics and servo-mechanics, a maintenance nightmare. If I had 2 credits for every repair manual they've made me file in my office in the med lab, doors have 2 strength values. The door strength tells you how much damage the door takes before being destroyed. The lock strength tells you how many lockpicks will be required to pick the lock. Some doors have an infinite strength and an infinite lock strength. That means you have to find a key.
Let's just try to calm down, okay? What's gotten into you? That was an accident, right? Cut it out. What the hell was that all about? Are you crazy? You old kidder. Careful. Years of training and you're still all thumbs.
Now pick up the lockpick and use it to open the door. Lockpicking takes time and expends the self-assembling resources of modern lockpicks. Just be patient and remember your training. At higher skill levels, you won't need as much time or lockpick resources to pick a lock. Now, go up the ladder at the other end of the room. By default, you look up and use the arrow keys to climb. The code to the door has been stored in that data cube. Right-click on the data cube to read the contents, then type the code into the keypad. You activate the keypad with the right mouse button, just like you activate a data cube or any object in the world. The key on the desk opens encryption-based nanotech locks. When you pick it up, it will automatically be added to your keyring. Use the key ring to unlock the door and proceed to the next area. Jump across the platforms. You'll have to crouch to get under those pipes. If you fall, use the stairs to begin again. Step up to each hologram for more info. When you're through, go out the opposite door. Step over to the communicator. There's someone who wants to talk to you. Now for the last test. You have to find a way across the river to the exit on the other side. There's more than one way to get there, depending on your approach and the skills you want to use. It's up to you. Make use of the IFF system to identify enemies. The crosshairs will highlight red over enemies, green over allies, and white over neutrals. You're going to get a lot of equipment during these exercises. Press F1 at any time to access the inventory screen, which will let you add and remove items from the tool belt. Press F2 to view your current goals and any notes you may decide to take. On a typical mission, a UNATCO agent's objectives are logged electronically so that he can stay on task at all times. Open the door by clicking the right mouse button. The right button uses items in the world. You can bet this won't be the last time we send you into a dark room. Turn on your light augmentation and find the exit on the other side. Just press F12 by default. You need to go through the door up ahead, but it's blocked. Those wooden crates are too big to jump and too heavy to lift, so use the metal crates near the wall to build steps. To pick up a crate, walk up to it so that it highlights, then click the right mouse button. To drop something you're holding, you can press the tab key by default. Now pick up a weapon and try to break open those crates. One of them's indestructible, but the others contain things you might find useful. Good work. I'll get someone down there immediately to revive Private Winslow. Move on to the next area. Lying in front of you is a brave cadet who volunteered to be rendered unconscious for this next training exercise. Highlight and search him to find the key to the medical room. Afterward, pick up his body and place it on the medical table so that one of my aides can revive him once the exercise is over.
Manderley likes to hear which agents find this area. They're usually the ones who take terrorists by surprise in the field. Your brother Paul, for instance. All right, carry on. Don't let it go to your head. By the way, we aren't in such shambles that we can't spare a few medkits. Check the storage closet. You certainly made an impression on the troops tonight. Looks like it's going to be a late night for both of us. Keeps getting worse, too. It must be raining bullets out there.